Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel, Just Being Bree. Out of all the videos that you could be watching right now, you are watching mine, and I greatly appreciate that. So, this video that you are currently watching as right now, as I speak, is actually my very first YouTube video. I am super excited, super stoked because I have been wanting to do videos on me styling my daughter's hair for a while now, and I've actually finally got a chance to do so. So if you guys are interested in seeing more content from me, please show your girl some love and support, okay? Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, so enough chitter chatter. Let's get on with this video. Okay, so the hairstyle that I'm going to do today, I'm not sure what to call it or if it already has a name, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a Bantu Knot Crown, and the back end of my daughter's hair I will be styling in a flat twist out. So if you guys would like to see me achieve this style, then please keep watching. Okay, so most of the products I'm going to be using today is going to be coming from the brand Sarenzo Beauty, and I'm going to be using their Juicy Hibiscus Hair Punch for my leave-in. I forgot to mention that whenever I style my daughter's hair, I like to go in using the lock method. So the O in my lock method is going to be the Shea Butter from Shea Moisture. This is going to help seal in the moisture from the leave-in spray, and it's also going to help me tame those frizzy ends, because girl, my baby needs a trim, y'all. My baby needs a trim. I do plan on doing a video on how I trim her hair in the near future, so please stay tuned for that. Last but not least, I will be using the Juicy Hair Pudding for the C in my lock method. Moving on to hair tools, you are going to need a spray bottle. She was having a little bit too much fun with that spray bottle. You may or may not need a comb. I personally don't use combs that often. It's just ain't nobody got time for a comb. I just grab a section and go. So yeah. A packet of rubber bands. You can pretty much get this anywhere. I got this one from my local Walmart. And finally, last but not least, what is a crown without jewels, okay? I have the slightest clue what these are called, but I guess these are like dreadlock beads. I don't know. I got these from Amazon. I will link down below where I got these from, but I'm pretty sure you can find them at any beauty supply store. I like to do the style on wet hair. So now I'm going to start sectioning off my daughter's hair. This is the part where you may use a comb if you like to. Like I said, I don't really like using combs, but I noticed that this style looks great whether or not your part is perfect. It's still going to come out great either way. You don't need a lot of space to make the Bantu Knot Crown. So what I do is I like to part my daughter's hair from one tip of her ear to the other, and that gives me an ample amount of space to work on the crown. Now I am sectioning off the hair to start working on each individual Bantu knot, and I am parting the hair in like triangular shapes. If you know what I mean. Again, it does not have to be perfect, but I feel like the crown looks better when you're making the part in a diagonal line instead of a straight line. Now I am going in with my first layer of products, the leave-in spray. You might see me use the spray bottle every now and then, and that's because I like to work with really, really damp hair, and we have low porosity hair, and our hair dries really fast. And I just want to make sure my daughter's hair is really nice and saturated and has a good amount of moisture in it. Now I am applying just a tad bit of shea butter, first focusing on the ends and working my way up to the root to seal in all that nice moisture. Finally, I am going to top everything off with the hair pudding, and this time I am going to start at the roots, and this will help the roots not be so poofy, and I'm going to work my way down the strands. Sometimes I go back in with the hair pudding just to smooth out the ends just a little bit more, and then I go back to the length of the hair just to make sure all the hair strands are evenly coated with the hair pudding. Now I am about to put in the rubber band. You guys are probably going to be able to put the rubber band in a lot easier than I can, but I have found that if I go ahead and start twisting the section of hair, that I can get the rubber band in there pretty good. It does not have to be tight, it just has to be nice and secured, and the hair by the roots has to be nice and flat and smooth. Now I'm going to add some hair jewels. So you want to put these little bead thingies down the length of the hair, like in the middle of the hair strands. You don't want to put it near the root, or you don't want to put it near the end, because once the Bantu knot is done, you might not be able to see it. But if you put it right in the middle of the hair strand, it's a better chance of you being able to see the jewel once the Bantu knot is done. Now I am going to start wrapping the twist in the circular motion, and every time I go around, I'm making sure that I'm tucking the twist under the Bantu knot, and what this is going to do is that it's going to push the Bantu knot outward. So every time I go around, I make sure I tuck the twist under the last twist, and once I get to the end, I just tuck the end under the whole Bantu knot. I don't like using bobby pins because bobby pins are pretty noticeable, but you'll just be fine if you just go ahead and tuck your ends in pretty securely under the Bantu knot. Now that completes the steps of making the Bantu knot. Now I'm just going to pretty much repeat the steps for the rest of this crown, and I'm gonna go ahead and speed up this video a little bit because I ain't trying to have this video be too long. Now I am going to start working with the hair in the back. I'm going to section it off into two big sections, one on the top, one on the bottom, and I'm going to begin to do 2 rows of flat twists. How big or how small your flat twists are totally up to you, because however way you decide to do them, that's how your curls are going to turn out. Like say you want to do small flat twists, your ringlets are going to be small. If you have big flat twists, your curls are going to be bigger. So I like them to be like right in the middle for this hairstyle. And then I'm going to start layering the products onto the sections of hair the same way I did for the Bantu knots. After I make sure that all of the hair strands have been evenly coated with the products, I am ready to start flat twisting. Now there are tons and tons of videos on YouTube about flat twisting your hair, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but basically what I did was that I picked up 2 strands of hair, made sure it was smoothed from root to end, and started twisting it down, picking up hair as I went, and that's basically all there is to it. It's just like braiding, but instead you're twisting. Now you want to make sure that you are twisting it all the way down to where you can't twist it no more. And then once you get to the end, what I like to do is I like to do something that's called a hanging Bantu knot. And how you do that is you take the end and you wrap it around the hair strand, the hair twist, and what this does is it helps your ends to curl and not be frizzy and poofy when you take the hairstyle out. Alright guys, that's pretty much it to flat twisting. It's pretty simple, it's pretty easy. If I can do it, you can do it. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video a little bit more, and I will pop back in a little bit. Now I am going into the absolute thickest part of my daughter's hair, which is at the middle of her head, and I'm going to braid this little section into 2 so that I can do 2 flat twists on the top and 2 on the bottom, and this will help me combat some of the thickness. And I'm going to twist it just a little bit more smaller, that way it doesn't come out too poofy. Now I am completely done styling my daughter's hair, and this is how it's looking. I like to keep it like this for about 2 days at the least because it takes forever for our hair to dry, and when I take the flat twist out, I want the twist to be completely dried. Okay, so it's been a couple of days and now I am ready to take down the flat twist. And when I take down the flat twist, I am going to put a little bit of olive oil onto my fingers and I'm going to start pulling down the hanging Bantu knots. Now I am going to start gently tugging at each twist and unraveling them in the opposite direction that I previously twisted them. You can go back in and do more separating with the twist as much as you like. It's totally up to you. The more that you unravel the twist and separate the hair, the more voluminous your hairstyle will turn out. I'm not going for much of a voluminous style, so I'm not going to do any extra separating of the hair, if you know what I mean. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it to the takedown process for flat twist. Just make sure you're taking your time with it. You don't want to create any unnecessary frizz. So I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward through the rest of the step. So this is the final look. It turned out really great despite the fact that she really needs a trim. That actually might be my very next video because it really needs to be done. So make sure you guys tune in for that. But yeah, the products gave some really nice curl definition, some nice shine. So yeah. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you won't miss my next upload. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.